This video is going to have a look at finding a rule for a geometric sequence and how we can use that rule to be able to find a future number within that sequence. So the general rule for a geometric sequence is Tn is equal to T1 times by r to the power of n minus 1. So Tn is the term that we are looking for. So it could be any term within the sequence. And then T1 is the first term, and R is going to be the common ratio. And then N is the term number that we are looking for. So we can use this general rule when we are working with geometric sequences. So let's have a look at an example of how we can apply this general rule to a geometric sequence. So in the example, we wanted to determine the rule for the following sequence, and we have a sequence of 6, 12, 24, 48, and 96. Then we want to use that rule to find the 10th term in the sequence. So having a look at first determining the rule, and there's two pieces of information I need before I can write the rule, and those two pieces of information is going to be the first number and then the common ratio. So I can tell the first number from the sequence, which is 6, and then to find the common ratio, I need to take my second term and divide it by the first term. So that is going to be 12 divided by 6, which is equal to 2. Now, if I wanted to, I could do a second check and this time divide the third term by the second term. So that would be 24 divided by 12, which is equal to 2. So I can see that my common ratio is 2. And I can also tell that by, when I'm looking at my sequence, each time I'm going up, I am timesing the number by 2. So that is how I can find the common ratio. Normally we just do T1 divided by T1, so the second number divided by the first number. If the number is increasing, then it is going to be above 1. If the numbers are decreasing, then the ratio is going to be below 1. So now that I have those two terms, what I can do is go ahead and write my rule. So my rule for this sequence is going to be Tn is equal to 6 times 2 to the power of n minus 1. And that was found by substituting in the first term in the ratio into the general rule that we had a look at on the previous screen. So now that I've got that rule, what I can do is I can use it to find a future number in the sequence. So looking at part B, it wants us to use the rule to find the 10th term. So what that means is that our n value is going to equal 10. So we can substitute n is equal to 10 into the rule. So T10, so the 10th term, is equal to 6 times 2 to the power of 10 minus 1. So I could simplify that if I wanted to 6 times 2 to the power of 9, or I could just put it straight into the calculator. So completing that calculation, it equals to 3072. So I know that the 10th term in the sequence that they have provided us is going to be 3072. And that was completed by using that rule to find that future term. So that's an example of how do we write a rule for a geometric sequence and how we can use it to find a future term.